All right, awesome. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome to the Benevolent Podcast. I am with my girl, my friend, my home skilly biscuit, Sabrina. Say what up.
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Hey, we got Sabrina in the house. Hey, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's
Yeah,
get
let's
it. Whoa,
go.
whoa. All right, awesome. I'm so excited to have you here, Sabrina. Your last name is Success, correct?
Yes.
That is. I thought that was like a nickname. Where did that came from? Was that like a? Is that a nickname? Or was that your
You
real last
know, it's actually my dad's last name. And we're Haitian, so usually Haitians have French last names. So this is the French version of success. That's why there's only one S at the end.
name? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so usually in Haiti, like the names are passed down.
Right,
So this is from my
right.
father and his father.
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce? Is there a way to pronounce it? Is there a Haitian way to pronounce it?
Well, there's like an accent to it, but yeah, it's like succès. So
Success.
it's succès.
Success.
Yeah.
I like that. My full name is Benito Henry, and the Haitian way you pronounce Henry, or the accent way you pronounce Henry is Henri. Henri.
Yeah. Yep, that's my grandfather's name actually.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
really?
how they say their
Wow,
name. His
that's
name.
amazing. We could be
Yeah.
related, Sabrina.
You know what? It's very possible. It's
Yeah, we
very
could be like
possible.
cousins or something.
I found out like so many people are my cousins and or somehow related or somehow like connected, even in church too.
That's crazy. All right,
Yeah.
so let's dive right into the Benevolent Podcast. We're gonna start with an activity. I like to start with an activity. I'm just experimenting. I'm still learning.
Yeah, of
Sabrina,
course.
I'm new to the whole podcast world, but
Yeah.
God has been opening crazy doors for me. I got interviewed by Gemini 45 twice.
That's
You know
beautiful.
what I'm saying?
You
Like I'm just in awe of what God is doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Keep doing it. When you're
Thank you.
consistent and you continue, you know, who knows how much it will grow,
Right.
connecting, networking.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm just building the bridge, developing relationships. Because at the end of
Of
the day,
course.
man,
Yeah.
my goal is to minister, the love, spread the love of God. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Whether
That's
it's
good.
through social media, radio, just simply talking to people. I don't really care about like having a position or something like that. I don't care about a title.
Yeah.
I just want a platform, and I feel like
That's beautiful.
God has given me a platform. I have a platform, and I'm learning different ways to use it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be
Yeah.
as creative as possible so that I can affect, so I can affect. You know what I mean? The masses. That's the goal. Is
That's
to get
good. That's
people
really
to
good.
lead people towards Christ.
Yeah.
All right, so let's dive right into it. I have a little riddle for you.
All
This is a
right.
riddle. This was a really popular riddle at one point, and I've done it with some people and it tripped them up, and it was really hilarious. So maybe you'll get it. We'll see.
I
This
hope
is how
so.
it
I'm
goes.
really tough on really riddles can be challenging, but you know what? I'll just use my brain and we'll see if I get the right answer.
You got it. You got it. You're pretty smart. You go to Suffolk, right?
Yeah.
Suffolk students are very smart.
Yeah, it's a good
Suffolk is very,
school.
yes, it is. Suffolk is a very challenging and academically profound school.
Yeah.
You seem like an academically profound woman of God. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, so let's do this. If YES spells yes, what does EYES spell?
Eyes.
Wow, you got it right. Let's go.
Woo!
All right, good. You didn't get
I
tripped
thought it
up.
was gonna be much harder.
I've asked that question to many people, and like I usually get ES instead of eyes.
Yeah.
See, I told
Because
you
there's
you'll get
more
it.
letters. Like there's only if it was just ES, like it would have that's what you think in your head, but when you repeat what you say, like my brain, how it works is like I'll think of the word that you said read to me and it would have said like it reads ES or EY, But then, if I repeat your voice in my head, I'm like EYES. It said eyes,
Right. Now, question: are you on a laptop or a phone?
I'm on my laptop.
Okay, got it. All right. All right. So
Am I
let's
clear
dive
enough for
into.
you?
Yeah, you're good. I was just wondering.
All right.
All right, so let's dive right into the questions, the topics that we're gonna discuss briefly.
Yeah,
I don't want to hold too much of your time because it sounds like you got grandmothers and grandparents to take care of.
of
And that's very
course.
important.
Yeah.
That's imperative during this time. And because they're at risk right now with this whole
Yeah.
corona thing. You know what I'm saying? They're at high risk. I want to ask you to just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because make sure you social distance and give them space. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch
Yeah, I
them.
need.
Don't touch your grandparents too much. Don't hug on them too much.
Yep.
Those little things, those little interactions now can be harmful to our to the elderly.
Yeah, they can. And
So
it's
yeah,
crucial.
it's very crucial to be cautious about that. So let's dive into it. The three topics we're gonna start with. Topic one is the question,
Hmm.
and you have about like 10 minutes to answer it. It could be shorter than that. How you can answer it for however long you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you're comfortable with. I may ask follow up questions, but if you're right on the money with the answer, we'll just move on to the next one. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. All right. Question number one: how did it feel to live in the middle of a pandemic as a college student? How does it feel? In fact, because we're still in it. So how does it feel
Yeah.
to live in the middle of a pandemic as a
It's actually it's surreal, like there's a point where you kind of have to process a couple things because things are happening so fast.
right?
The news, like different news articles are coming out. It starts out like 50,000 cases to 70,000 to 100,000, and like
Wow, 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 wow.
like even now that was just earlier this week. That was like what, a Tuesday? It's Sunday. It's way, way, way past 100,000. Like I
Yeah, I
believe
know.
280,000 now in the US.
Wow.
And it's crazy because I have to watch out for my grandparents and I'm still in school. And
Right.
immediately when this pandemic really came into effect, I was recently still kind of in spring break and about to go out of it, going right back into school, when my school announced that we're going to be transferring the classes online onto Zoom. Some people may use different platforms if they're using emails, and for me, I'm balancing multiple professors using Zoom and doing it through email and different ways like Blackboard.
You are
Some
so
students,
Haitian.
yeah,
Blackboard.
Blackboard.
That was so Haitian. Blackboard.
And it's easy and it's hard. It sounds easy because you're just on the screen, but a lot of the times, I care for my grandparents, so I have to watch out for different things. And as a college student, you have to think about all the workload that you might be missing
Yeah,
through
yeah, yeah.
um you know through assignments. When it's online, it sounds easy by ear, but it's different when you're actually doing it.
Right,
Because
right.
right, so like there's Zoom, you have class meetings, and then you have email. So for me, I'm balancing 6 classes right now. And
Wow.
as a college student, it's definitely different. If I say 6 classes, I'm saying 6 classes in high school. It's like, I have to be on top of my game even more so and
Yeah.
find emails I may have missed. Missing one notification can really ride out the whole entire thing. Like,
Wow.
just my whole entire grade can just be plummeted. And and it's one of the things why many universities are doing pass fail, um, pass fail
Right.
grading process, the grading.
Right. Right.
And some students may like that because, if they're struggling in their personal life, they're struggling with this pandemic, they need to work, their families have lost their jobs, and they need to, pick up extra shifts because they're the only ones in the household with a job, with an income.
Right. Right.
And, sometimes with that, especially being online, it's so easy to miss those notifications. So easy to, not be on top of your game. Even if you're like a straight A student, it's
Right.
hard. And so it's much difficult. It's much more difficult, especially if you're the only one in the household with an income. That's not my situation,
Wow.
thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But in other situations that I know, through my friends, that's what they're going through.
Mm.
And the pass fail grading can be good and it can be bad because the catch is your GPA.
Mm.
So what we're doing at Suffolk University, we are doing a pass fail if for any grade above an F. So if your grade was anything other than an F, you can put on your transcript, even after whatever professor the grade that you receive, you can put
Yep.
it as a P, pass. But
Really?
the catch is, your grade, your GPA will not rise, nor will it, fall.
It just won't affect your GPA at all.
It just
Like,
won't affect your GPA at all. And that's the problem
okay.
for a lot of
Wow.
students that are, straight A students. They care about the GPA. Every single point that they receive, they try to be on top of their game. And, and in the middle of a pandemic, they're pushing themselves even harder just so that they don't have to put that P on their transcript.
Yep. You got to think like they might look into doing student loan forgiveness because of this
You
pandemic as
know,
well.
that's
That
true.
will only make sense for them to go that route.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. Because in general, just student loans is a tough thing to get out of. Years
Right.
and years,
And
people pass on and still are still in, student loan debt.
right. And like, dealing with all money is one thing, but now we're fighting this virus.
Yeah.
We're in the midst of battling a virus that's mutating and is getting more advanced every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be some type of empathy here. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah. And
Awesome. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
That was awesome, Sabrina. Like, I really thank you for this. Like, that was a great answer.
Thank
I don't
you.
have any follow up questions on that one. Let's move on to the next. That was really good. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah, natural. Number two, what can the U.S. do to be more prepared if there's another virus outbreak?
Honestly, it's from all of the articles that I've been reading personally. Um, I think that they need to be more prepared as far as equipment. They need to be more prepared as far as just responding, because we've had cases, in fact, I believe since December of 2019, as what I've read, I believe it was on New York Times or Times magazine. And our first, or was it could have been either December 2019 or January 2020. It's April right now. And we just received, official lockdowns in the country. And even then, even now with our lockdowns, we were, in fact, I want to say one of the last nations to do these lockdowns
Right, they're so
compared to
stubborn. They're
yeah.
so stubborn. That's why it took a while.
And they're so stubborn. Not only that, we have to take an account into Trump, because
Yeah.
we have live footage of him completely admittedly saying that the virus was a hoax. And then, a week later, once things escalate, now he wants to really believe and actually take into action,
You see, the
these
problem is,
different factors.
here's the thing, like stuff like that doesn't surprise me about Donald Trump because he's an unstable man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, he's mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Like he needs to see a therapist. He probably needs to be on medication. Like that dude is like, there's something wrong with that dude. Like
There's
seriously,
is definitely
he has a
something wrong with
lot of issues. He has a lot of mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not all there. You could tell he's like,
it,
you
honestly.
know, you could tell he's on something else. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
all I can do is pray that God can do greatness because God can do greatness through anyone. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I pray that God can work through him. But maybe this is just the season we need to be in because this season, will only add to us, not subtract
Yeah.
from us. Like this tough time will make us strong as a nation. You
Yep.
know,
There's a
Donald
season
Trump
for
in
everything.
office, the fact that he's in office is an eye open. It was an eye opener. You know what I'm saying? Like it let the world know, like, yo, you don't really need much experience to be in this office, which was a good thing and a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it's a double edged sword. But like I
Yeah.
said before, we just have to believe that God, in the midst of the madness, that peace and tranquility and smart decisions can be birthed out of this chaos right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just have to believe it.
Exactly. And not only, just equipment, but the main thing, the one of the main reasons why the US was, in the very beginning of reporting coronavirus statistics
Yeah.
was, testing. It's not that we had, like, at first, I want to say before this week or maybe 2 weeks ago, we had very few cases compared to, it was just when China was still at the top, Italy was right behind China. And
Hmm.
I definitely believe that it wasn't that we didn't have any cases, it was because we didn't have any tests. And because of Trump's stubbornness and the country's stubbornness, now we're lacking in testing equipment, and we don't have mass equipments. We should have had mass testing, like equipments months ago, because the country knew about this. There's also many professions and scientists saying how we knew about this since January. I'm gonna
Yeah.
confidently say
Corona
January.
Corona has been around for a long time.
Yeah,
That virus has been around for years.
yeah.
They've been trying to find scientists have been trying to find a vaccine for that virus for years. I don't know when it first came into fruition, but it's been a thing.
I heard that there's been this is the same virus, but I heard that this is a different strand,
The different
a different
strand,
strain of
it's
the
the
virus.
COVID-19 strand.
Yes.
That's where COVID-19 comes into play. It's the COVID-19 strand.
Okay.
Corona is like another term for the flu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing that's killing people like crazy is the COVID-19.
Yeah.
That's what's killing people like crazy.
It's,
So
it's crazy.
and it's like it's getting to the point where it doesn't matter if you're old, doesn't matter if you have a strong or weak immune system, doesn't matter if you have pre-existing conditions. You know what I'm saying? People like, here's the dangerous thing. The dangerous thing, you can have COVID-19 and not hurt you, but it
Yeah.
will destroy the people around you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yep.
So that's what they're trying to figure out. I heard China finally got their situation under control.
They
I'm not
did.
sure if it's yeah,
Yep.
and they lifted their lockdown so people can like go out and about now. But
Yep.
that dude, they're gonna invoke the Stafford Act, and I believe they're gonna invoke the Stafford Act here in America, and we won't even be able to leave our homes. Like that's what I think. Like you know how we can still go for walks and stuff like that, and go to the grocery store.
Yes.
Pretty sure that's gonna end soon because people aren't listening. People are still gathering in large, big, fat groups.
Yeah.
So disgusting and so
It
like so stubborn. Like just listen, people.
I know.
We're trying to flatten the curve here.
And, people truly believe that this will be over in just a couple of like weeks by the end of April. That's unrealistic.
No, this thing could
It's
go on for
unrealistic.
another year.
I
This
genuinely
thing could
believe
last
that.
another year.
I genuinely believe that.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be very careful. And just follow the CDC guidelines. You know what I'm saying? Wash your hands, practice social distancing, stay
Yeah.
away from the elderly. Like if you can, stay away from the elderly because you're just putting them at risk. If
Yep.
you can, I understand. There are situations where people live with their grandparents or their grandparents. They need assistance. You can't leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not safe for the elderly right now.
Yeah.
All right, that was really good, Sabrina. Thank you. We're gonna move on to the last question.
All right.
Um, this is the type of podcast I like. This is it. This is efficient. Yeah, I mean, we're just going through it. Hey, hey, hey. All right.
All
So
right.
here we go. What has the corona pandemic taught you?
You know, one of the things that the corona pandemic has definitely taught me is how people respond. As far as I've been really taking a lot of attention into the medical aspect of it, how are people's
Mm-hmm.
symptoms and how they're responding to medications and how they're responding to treatment, you know, what treatment is working for them when if they are diagnosed, how many days that they've had certain symptoms. And a lot of the information that I've gotten from personal stories has been honestly on Twitter, where people are posting their own symptoms, diary, their own
Right,
the collective of notes of what they've gone through each day, day by day.
right.
And I found those really helpful just in case, if it entered, God forbid, ever entered my household. And I needed to take an account to that. So I needed to know if I'm not going to receive a lot of information um, from my direct medical provider, because
Mm.
since there's not a lot of tests, they're not testing just anyone.
Wow.
And they're just testing people with severe symptoms. And a lot of the times, there has been many, many news reports of people with just not being able to breathe, still not considered a top priority. And
Wow.
it's evident that something like that would become top priority, like people with asthma not being able to breathe, and then suddenly they pass the next day or pass that same day. I need to
Wow.
know, for my own sake, how can I survive any of that? And you know what I've collected as far as what I've been learning so far,
Yeah.
and it's something that people have already been telling me, what I've already been believing, is that there are medical treatments such as, what they provide, but there's also what we can do at home. And
Mm.
as far as like a Haitian household that I live in, or any other Caribbean households, or the West Indies all around, I know that they have remedies that just honestly do so much that people don't know about. And a lot of the cases where, how people treated themselves at home was
Mm-hmm.
through home remedies,
Yeah.
onions, red
Yeah.
onions, just
Yeah.
honey and lemon and different things that they put together. For me in my household, my grandma, she puts, a couple different jars of remedies, and she puts this jar specifically that has brown sugar, red onion, um, something else in there, garlic, I believe she
Right.
said.
Right. Right.
Garlic. And not only that, I also took an account to take in this bottle that is a Walgreens brand that has, I believe it's called acetophamine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I said that correctly. But either way, you know, I think that just being prepared on my own and not only relying on medical providers to help me, because a lot of the chances, I'm a Black woman in society, there's a lot of chances where I'm not going to be considered top priority, and that's a fact.
Mm.
It's a fact because I've made so many research papers on just this topic in many areas, whether it be pregnancies, miscarriages, just anything pertaining to Black women in medicine. They're just not considered top priority. And
Wow.
I need to take my own personal, you know, precautions and my own personal procedures to how can I survive this if it were to enter my household, God forbid, you know.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, that's all we can do, is to, wash our hands, sanitize the environment. Yo, they even said that corona develops in toilets. So we have to continue to wash our toilets because corona infused with fecal matter, the
Yeah,
bacteria in corona infused with fecal matter makes the corona even more aggressive. So like,
yeah,
if you flush, you know how sometimes people flush the toilet while they're still sitting on it,
yeah.
you can potentially get corona up your butt. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta be
Oh,
careful with that. And
yeah,
corona infused with poop is deadly. And I know that
yeah,
sounds awkward and could be funny, but it's not. It's like this is a real thing. And they're saying when you flush the toilet, close the lid. If you have a lid, try. If you don't, try to back away, like back your face away from the toilet because your toilet splashes.
yeah. It does. Yeah,
It does, even if you don't see it. You're not gonna always see it because that's how small the splashes are sometimes.
yeah,
And yeah, and it gets Some people look. Some people are looking right at their toilet.
yeah,
And I've done this before. I'm looking right into the toilet while I'm flushing it, and some of that stuff can get in my mouth or my eyes, and that's all
yeah,
corona. Right? That's all
yeah,
corona. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful, man. It's crazy, and like now the CDC just said that we have to wear masks. Like it's not mandatory, but they're strongly advising that if you're gonna step out the house or do anything, put on the mask
yeah.
because you could spread corona by just talking to someone.
It's funny how they say that. You know, it's funny how they changed their warnings. Before it was only people that are severe, that are sick, or people that are diagnosed with COVID-19 to wear the mask. And now it's everyone should wear the mask. And honestly, there had been so many posts about people saying, you shouldn't wear masks. It's not needed. It's this, like, you look ridiculous. Like, no. If you think about it, not only that, you know, coronavirus, that if you think that we can get it in just using the bathroom, just imagine you going on public transportation, someone who has already coughed on the bus before you got there, their particles are still roaming around. You don't know what, in the main access that they've told us is the mouth, nose, and eyes, correct?
Yep.
So if we know this, we're going out in the public, we're in a different atmosphere now. Someone that could have been behind me just sneezed into her shirt, but or different incidents that happen, and their particles are now up in the air. You just don't know. If you don't know,
Yeah.
there's never such thing as too much. There's really no
Never.
such thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow, Sabrina, thank you so much for your time.
Of
Thank you so much
course.
for taking what I do seriously.
Of course,
Um,
definitely.
I really appreciate this. Thank you, Sabrina. I'd love to have you as a guest again. This was great. Um,
Yes, this was fun. I had fun.
yeah, this is really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you're very smart and your answers were straight to the point. You didn't beat around the bush. You know what I'm saying? You went straight to the jugular, and that's what I
Thank
like.
you.
For real. Stay blessed, Sabrina. Stay safe. I'm praying for you. I pray that we can all get through this. You know what I'm saying? This too
Yes.
shall pass. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come out of this stronger. We're
Yeah.
gonna come out of this wiser. We're gonna come out of this a lot more capable for whatever we have to deal with in the future. Because I believe every 2 years there's a virus outbreak. Since 2008, I think. I don't know. I could be
Yeah.
wrong, but there's always some type of virus outbreak. Sometimes it's worse than others, This is the worst I've ever seen. I've never seen America react to a virus like this ever in my life.
Yeah,
I
I've
was
never
around.
seen this either.
I was around for swine flu, and we didn't go crazy over swine flu like that. And Ebola was mainly in Africa. There were some cases in America, and we didn't freak out.
Right.
We didn't freak out like we're doing right now.
Because it wasn't affecting us. That they didn't seem to, take serious procedures towards it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Wow. All right.
Anyway, it was good.
Thank you, Sabrina, for your time. Be blessed. I can't wait to edit this bad boy and put it together so that I can fit it can fit the brand on my page. If you just share it, even if you just share it on your story or something,
yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Yes, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, you don't have to post it on your feed or anything like that. But if you share it on your story, that'll be everything for me.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Sabrina, be blessed.
You
Have an amazing day. Stay safe. I'm praying for you and your family. We're gonna get through this.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.